Hey guys, Gathering the Magic back again. Wanted to give an update on the Common Hero series that I started, about a month or so ago. This is a character that I am starting in SplinterForge, and basically he started with one piece of common gear for each of his slots, and the challenge was, how do I build the account? Starting basically with 50% earnings. How do I gear the character, and so on and so on. So at this point, what we have for gear is, as you can see, mostly commons. The main thing that really helped this account to get full earnings is we purchased 2 Faded Emeralds. So the 2 Faded Emeralds give us +8 for our stats. We've also purchased 1 rare damage gem for each of the 3 characters. So we've got the +3 ranged for our archer, we've got the +3 attack for our warrior, and the +3 magic for our wizard. So with those equipped, no matter which of the 3 characters we play, we should be able to get full earnings. Recently, the last 2 things that I purchased, just so I could play different summoners other than Kellia and Ithane, because I basically play water and life, is I purchased a rare life rune and a rare water rune. So now what that allows me to do, let's just take a quick look at heroes just so you can see the stats. So right now my wizard, as you can see, I have 21 points, so we're doing 5 damage no matter which type of hero we use. So there's 5 damage for the warrior and 5 damage for the ranger. So now that we go to do a battle, I think you guys remember if you watched the beginning of the series, first a few times that I would fight it, I would get almost no forge. I'd get like 2 forge, maybe 3 or 4 if I was lucky. Well, let's see how the earnings have changed since then. Okay, so the current boss has the Scattershot rule set. Now this is very important for me to have Lily, because this will pretty much negate the Scattershot ability. And he has Fury, so I don't want to play a taunt monster. So let's go ahead and battle. So the 2 summoners that most people use in SplinterForge are Lily and Yasik. I wasn't able to use these earlier because if I had used these 2, I could only play Dragon and Fire, and I really don't want to play a majority of those splinters. I want to play Life and I want to play Water. So because I have those 2 runes, I can play 2 Life creatures and 2 Water creatures. So here are the cards that I've decided to play. So for my tank, I rented Runemancer Kai, so that's going to be one of my 2 water cards. Always have the Scavo Hireling for the repair. Have a Creeping Ooze just for a slow. The 2 life cards I almost always play are going to be the Time Mage for the slow and a little bit of magic damage, and then the healer. So those are my 2 life cards. Throw in the heal, and then I had 7 mana left over, so I'm like, well, what's a decent card for 7 mana? I have Yasik, so I can play red. So the Ash Mirage gives me a little bit of range damage, plus it reduces the boss's ranged by 1, so that will help a little bit. So let's see how the earnings have changed now that I can use these new summoners. Now I'm going to do the ×2 battle, so these results will be multiplied by 2. And we will just skip to rewards. So now you can see, instead of me doing, sometimes I was doing 100 damage, maybe 200 per battle if I'm lucky. Now I'm doing almost 1,000 damage for 2 battles. So about 470 damage per battle. And then this is doubled as well. So 26 forge means I'm earning 13, which is pretty much the max for the bronze battle. So right now I've maxed out my bronze earnings for each battle. So as long as I don't have to do a reroll, I should be earning that every ×2. So the rule sets that I want to avoid are, I want to avoid Affliction because then I won't be able to heal. I want to avoid Return Fire and Magic Reflect. And I also want to kind of avoid, I think, the Void ability because that will reduce my damage. So anything other than that for a rule set I'm okay with. So let's go ahead and do another battle. So it should be pretty much the same. Same 2 summoners. Runemancer Kai, Scavo, Ooze, and Time Mage. Order does kind of matter because Lily's going to force them, even with Scattershot, to attack the monster in the first position. So you want to put the tank first. Then I usually put the repair, since this is the only creature that's going to have armor. I put the repair second, then the 2 slows, then the 2 healings, and then I put my damage dealer in the back, so they'll last the longest. So I should be consistently somewhere doing ×2. I should be somewhere consistently in the 900 plus damage range. And as you can see, it's pretty consistent. It might vary slightly depending on what the random rule set is. So Death Blow, that's another one. Yep, that one is absolutely fine. Go ahead and do a battle again. Same 2. We'll do the same order. Do the ×2, and you can see how quickly this goes. The thing that takes the longest is just figuring out which monsters to play. Once you get your team set, you pretty much are set for that boss until you get a different boss. So let's do, okay, so like this one we have Void, so we're going to redo that. Shield, don't really want shield, that will reduce damage. True Strike is perfectly fine, so we'll go ahead. And see if we get 900 damage again. So I'm using 60 stamina per fight. So I've got a couple more fights to go. So every battle we're just building up 26 forge, 26 forge, 26 forge. Now I will lose some of that. Hopefully I don't have to do a whole lot of rerolls. I mean, one reroll isn't bad, it's only 3 forge. And you can see now we're above 2000 forgium. So we will do a couple more battles. So the next thing that I need to determine on this account is where do I want to go next. So I've got good damage. I'm maxing out my damage for the bronze tier. So now it's just gearing up my character to increase earnings. So probably the only way to do that is I can go one of 2 ways. I can either go on the market and save up for buying gold rares, or if I don't want to do it that way, I really don't want to just buy crates, just because crates are too random. So I could either, buy gold rares, or I could just buy regular foil rares and then put 2 slots in them. Oops, and we're out of stamina. And put 2 slots in them so I could put an extra damage gem. So that would be the other thing, because right now I have commons for my weapons. They're only allowed to have 1 socket. So I would have to get rares of each one, each of the 3, and then put 2 sockets in them. And just so you guys know, so the way you put sockets in items, let's just look at the quiver. So what you would do is, commons can only have 1, so you would go to add socket, and this will tell you the cost of putting a socket in. So it will cost you 300 electrum to put 1 socket in a common, and then after that you're not allowed any other sockets. So for me to put 2 sockets in a weapon, it's going to cost me 500 for the first one and 2500 for the second one. As you can see, I only have 8,000 electrum right now, so I can only put 2 sockets in 2 items right now. I'd have to build up my electrum to 9,000 to be able to put 2 sockets in each of my 3 weapon types. So probably going to end up, let's just check the market real quick. How much would it be if I wanted to buy some rare gold foils just to grab that extra 8% forge boost? So we're going to sort by rare, we're going to sort by gold foil. So these are all the gold foil items for rares. So the cheapest one is the wand. And right now for a wand you're looking at just under 65 cents, which is about 4,500 forge. So if I wanted, I could build up my forge to get that. But what I would really like to do is start going for the armor that can be used by all 3 characters. So I'd want to target the gauntlets, the leggings, the hauberk, and the boots, because that bonus will apply to all 3 characters. If I went and purchased the wand, I would only get that little bit of a boost when I'm using my wizard. So if we look at the gauntlets, which are the next cheapest, then we're looking at this one right here is only 1 BCX. So we're looking at just under 6,000 Forge. So that's the question right now is like, do I spend 6,000 Forge to just buy a gold foil gauntlet? Or what I could do is I could start buying commons and just reforging the commons. I'm guaranteed to get a rare, but I don't know which rare that would be. And there's always a chance that I could get a gold foil just doing it randomly. So if I wanted to just buy the cheap commons and then just reforge them, it would take 4 commons. So each common looks like it's a little over 300 Forge. So we'll say it's a little over 1,200 Forge plus 150. So we'll just say right on average of maybe about 1,400 Forge to get a rare, and then just hope that it's gold. And you only have a 1 in 10 chance. So something for me to think about how I want to build moving forward with this account, but just wanted to show you guys the account is starting to grow. We're doing good damage. We're maxing out our earnings for bronze. Now it's just building up the hero a little bit more so I can do even more damage and get a little bit higher on the leaderboards. But the first key was definitely maximizing the amount of forge that you're getting per battle. So right now we're at the max for the gear that I have. If I max out all gold foil rare equipment, instead of getting 13 per battle, I should be getting somewhere around 18 or 19. So that will add up over time. So there you have it, guys. Hope you enjoyed the content. Any questions on SplinterForge, please let me know. Please leave those in the comments. I will answer those as soon as I can. Right now I'm leaning towards probably just buying some common equipment and reforging it and using that to get some rares and hopefully gold foil rares. So when I'm ready to do that, I will definitely upload that video so you guys can see the results. And until then, thanks for watching, everyone. Remember, stay the course and keep on forging.